I'd like to talk to you for a moment about public speaking, that thing that most of us hate doing. I have friends that would rather take a beating than give a talk in front of a group. Yet somehow throughout the course of our life, at some point, we're going to probably end up in that position. Okay, so it's happened. You have a speech or a presentation or something you have to present to a group. There are ways to control the fear and the anxiety. We may not be able to get rid of the butterflies in our stomach, but we can make them fly in formation. We can gain control. Not only give a talk, but give a good talk. I have given lots of presentations. I have close to 2,000 hours of public speaking under my belt. And I can remember in the beginning trying to get control of some of the anxiety. I remember one of my first presentations I had to give in a corporate environment to a room full of people. And I had my presentation on a jump drive. And when I went to put it into the main computer that was hooked up to the projector, my hand was shaking so bad, it took me forever just to get the jump drive plugged in. Then they gave me a laser pointer to use, and I found that didn't work because my hand was shaking so bad it looked like I was playing with an imaginary cat, so I couldn't really do that. So over time, I learned how to control the anxiety and the fear, and there are three main points, and they work for me, I know they work for others, and they'll work for you too. Again, just because you have to give a public talk doesn't mean you have to be all wrought up in fear and anxiety and curl up in a corner somewhere. Okay, so here's the three main points. Number one, know your material. So do the legwork, rehearse, know what you're going to talk about. This gives you confidence. The more you understand the material you're going to present, that will kind of override some of the fear and the anxiety. So know your stuff well that you're going to present. Number two, think excitement, not fear. The physiology for our body is the same if we're afraid or excited. In both scenarios, our body releases adrenaline. Our heart rate quickens. We start oxygenating the blood. Again, we start getting that amped up feeling for fight or flight. Fear, excitement, same thing. So what I suggest is you tell yourself you're excited, not afraid. Yes, I've lied to myself that way for years, and I've got to the point where I really buy into it. Hopefully you're a little bit excited about the message you're going to present anyway, so that kind of helps sell the lie of being excited, not afraid. But just by changing that label, I'm not afraid, I'm excited. That explains why I'm kind of all ready and amped up here. That's a good thing. You want that. Your audience is going to pick up on your excitement. Have you ever listened to a boring, dry speaker? Yeah, we all love those. You want to get up and you want to be excited. You want them to pick up on your excitement. The message you're giving you want to show is important to you, and that leads me to number three. They're there for the message, not for you. I recently asked a friend of mine that I've known for many, many years if he remembered a time way back when I made a fool out of myself. And he goes, oh yeah, I remember that. I go, when was the last time you thought about that? He goes, when it happened. People rarely think back at the blunders of others. I read years ago that the thought life of the average person, about 90% of it is spent on about 90% of our thought life is spent on ourselves. That is incredibly liberating. When I first read that, I realized I don't have to worry about what people think of me because they don't think of me that often. They and myself, our thoughts revolve around ourselves. So that's very liberating. We want them to remember the message. If they forget us as speakers right after we leave the stage, who cares? But if they forgot the message, then we really missed it as a speaker. They're there for the message, not for us. So let's look at those three things again. Number one is, do the work in knowing your presentation, what you're speaking about. The better you know it, the more confident you're going to be. So that'll help. Number two is excitement over fear. So change the label. You're not afraid, you're excited. And number three, remember, they're there for the message, not for you. So if you make a mistake or a blunders, really not that big a deal. I've made pretty much every mistake you can make in front of an audience, and usually it just kind of endears me to the audience. We all have a good laugh, and then I just go on with the talk. Not that big a deal. Hopefully they'll remember my message, long after they forget me. So hopefully that helped you. If we're going to give a talk in front of a group, we might as well try to have a good talk and even enjoy it if we can. Why not use the time to get the message across and have a little fun with it? Hopefully you found this helpful. Feel free to share it and hit the like, and gladly answer any comments or questions. Thank you.